Actually installing a 40 amp range circuit using 8.3 Romax. I've already ran it, so this is a new circuit being added to the home here. Got our neutral in, got our ground in, now we got our two hots. Right here, this is the breaker that is feeding off of. Electric ranges are 240 volt, so it doesn't matter which wire, black or red, doesn't matter. Same with the water heater, same with the dryer, different amperage. I always like to retighten my connections after I'm done moving the wires, making sure nothing can, when I screw the panel cover on, nothing can screw into a wire for safety, obviously. Alright, let's get the panel cover on. Now you can see the final product here. It's always safe to have the panel off when you're putting this cover on. I have the main disconnect outside off, feeding this entire panel. I was crawling under, this is a mobile home, I was crawling under it to put in the new range wire and tie it up. It's always your safest bet to shut all power down. Very dangerous crawling under a mobile home when there's power to it. Do not do it. Shut the power off. Well, when we find the screws, we'll get the cover back on. Or the rest of the screws. That's it. So here's the other end of our 8.3 Romax here. We're putting in a 50 amp surface mount 4-wire range cord receptacle. very important to figure out the way your whip. This is coming off the back of the range here, and how it plugs into your actual receptacle we're putting in. If I put this receptacle in this way, then the cord has to be bent all around, and it's hard to push the stove back. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the receptacle around this way, around this way, where the receptacle can plug in, and then all the slack of the cord will roll and push right up under the back of the stove. Make it a lot easier. Okay, so here we go. So here's your receptacle. Trying to get this situated, people. We'll try this. So what we're doing is in the connector. There you can see exactly what we're doing. See these little screws right here? Comes all in the package with the connector here. So 1 second, you'll be able to see everything here. So this is the connector that holds the wire. Very important to put it in. So now you can see everything. So here's our wire. It's much easier to skin this wire. It'd be a lot easier to skin if I had my skinning knife, the correct one. Then again, don't use these. That's how you get cut. Now, the connector's gonna go right. This will get some light where y'all can see. Make sure that your sheath of the cable, the black right here, see how it's going through. Make sure that it is time to get a GoPro. Make sure you get a there. Now this will be a lot easier. You can actually see. I'm gonna do this where you can see exactly the connections I'm making. And everything's labeled really nice here. Our ground. So there's our ground. Now we're gonna, since we're on this side, we'll go ahead and finish this side. Then again, black or red, doesn't matter. 2 gold screws are the hot, ground screw, neutral screw, hot, hot. Doesn't matter which one goes to which. So I took my skinning knife off my truck to use for something else. And guess where it's still at? Where I left it. Alright, so there's the hot, boom, red. Neutral, white, black, hot, See, I didn't have that in there. So we're going to make sure that goes in there correctly. Yep, see it snapping? That wire would have come out if I wouldn't have caught that. Alright, neutral. Alright, hot wires left. We'll check your connections. Now we're going to get it set like we want it. See your connector there. Now we'll get it sitting like I want it. There, I'll pop a screw in it.